Kevin Durant traded to the Phoenix Suns for a shit ton of picks, including Mikal Bridges and Jay Crowder and
Johnson.
Johnson.
Johnson, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Johnson.
Phoenix just was like, they got a new owner, they like to make a splash, and I don't think like this is that much to give up for KD, and the only thing you have to worry about is his health. He's the best star when it comes to playing with other stars because he can just do whatever he needs to. Yeah. He played with 4 stars in Golden State with Curry and Clay, and he fit seamlessly in, and looks like the Suns are the team to beat. You didn't give up Ayton. You still have size. You have a good center who can just be the 4th fiddle now instead of the 3rd.
Yeah.
It kind of makes you think, why didn't the Grizzlies give up Bane for him and whatever else they wanted? Like, I get not moving John Jaren, but you'd give up Bane for KD, right?
I think I would give up a lot of things for KD. Like, as long as you keep Devin Booker, or as long as you keep Ja Morant, the Robin or the Batman in the situation, I'm 100% with it. And in a move that the Western Conference made, and all the moves with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, you speak about the Memphis Grizzlies. I think they have a problem on their hands, honestly. I do think it's going to be an issue with Kevin Durant, obviously, and them facing like the Dallas Mavericks. And let's see how they match up with Denver. I think Denver is like the monkey wrench in all this.
No, don't you feel kind of weird about Denver, though, giving up Eric Gordon? It seemed kind of like a weird move for them to make when they're in the title window.
Yeah, but I still think with Jokic, that's really what they need. And there's still no one out there that can cancel out Jokic. The only team that I seen cancel out Jokic was Golden State. That's it. And they're kind of in flux right now with Curry hurt and a weird GP2 trading situation.
Went through. Shout out to that Wiseman video we made, which is just aging horribly, I might add. But what, I think Phoenix clearly is the team in the West when healthy. And yeah, we got to see it, but I'm just going to operate under the assumption it's going to work. You got back TJ Warren. They got 4. Basically, they can go 4 out, 1 in with Ayton. A CP3. I know he's kind of washed at times, but now he can do literally like next to nothing and just get like 10 assists a game.
Yeah. I'm excited to see it, man.
They should bring in Russ for depth.
Why not? They need it. They fucking need
it. I mean, Hall of Famer.
Looking at it from the Brooklyn standpoint,
hold on, really quick. Could Russ win 6th Man of the Year and not be on a team? You think that's possible? You think he's played enough games?
I fucking hope not, man. Oh my goodness. Looking at it from Brooklyn standpoint, is this the biggest disaster you have ever seen in your lifetime?
Oh, dude, they have been responsible for the 2 biggest ones.
Two more
with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum for old KG, old Paul Pierce. They won like 1 playoff series. Look, I want to just say this. They bought into the KD Kyrie thing. And yeah, you'd probably do it again because, you get Kyrie, you get KD. His big toe makes it so you're not to the finals. But I think where they really effed up was bringing in Harden. And then what they basically turned 4 good young players into was Harden. And who was there for a year or like 6 months. Then they traded that into Ben Simmons, who's just a shell of himself, who's a wash bum. So the truth of the matter is it was a disaster. And then Kyrie not wanting to play, Kyrie making anti-Semitic remarks, and then KD gets hurt. It was a nightmare. And they got some picks back for everything, but they won like what, 6 playoff games, 8 playoff games. They almost went to the finals one year. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Wait, no, they didn't even get to the third. They didn't even get to the conference finals.
No,
that was the second round.
They lost to Milwaukee, right?
Yeah, wow, like this is pathetic. Like, yeah, you don't even have that, but
it's terrible, man. And another person that I want to bring up in this, whoever thought that Rudy Gobert trade was anywhere good. Yeah, and I'm gonna put an L on my part because I was optimistic about it just a little bit, but I thought you not knew as better. Much as other people.
One, I want to say this is why I'm just disgusted with the NBA, and I feel myself kind of drifting away from it. Especially it's been this year. Yeah, I think it's the worst basketball I've ever seen in terms of it's just 3-point shootouts. Yeah, there's great players, there's great scoring, but there's no balance to the game. There's no big guys who post up, and there's like it's all just let's shoot threes, let's just do this and this and this. Like I think they need to move the 3-point line back to kind of bring some balance back to the game because right now it's just there's no defense. And I'm so tired of these guys who get themselves into situations like you. Hey, Brooklyn, what'd you do wrong? You brought them in. You hired the coach they liked, and the players didn't live up to their end of it. You gave them all the power, and they just did whatever. They ran amok, and it's just like, oh yeah, hey, I signed this deal, but I want out. To the NBA, like you can say the franchise ain't like the NFL ain't loyal to its players, and I agree. The NBA is loyal to the players to a certain degree. Like you guaranteed to get paid, and they just do them dirty. Yeah. I'm just tired of watching these guys just say like, "Hey, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. Let's get out of here." Da da da. Like, what are you guys doing?
The single best thing that's really good about the NFL, but sucks for the players, is the franchise tag. The franchise tag is golden, and that rule was made up for the owners. It wasn't for the fans. It was specifically for the owners.
Haven't we talked about how the franchise tag would be better in basketball than football?
Yeah, 100%. But the NBA, what was it, Max? Like the Stephon Marbury days when they're signing like 8-year deals and
like 7-year contracts, 8-year contracts and shit.
Yeah. Well, now they changed it up when they went on that lockout and they shortened it to what is it? 4 years for 5 years for the max. So that's obvious that it's changed the game and players are leaving more and more. They're becoming more available. I think the NBA wants to keep it this way because it's just absolutely crazy. The trades every single year for the past like 4 years, the trade deadline has been crazy. It's been absolutely nuts.
And these stars think just even if they have 4 years on their deal, they can just push their way to wherever. And it's going to take some team saying like, no, fuck you. I'd rather just die with you for 4 years and make you suffer. Like that's what it's going to take. And no team wants to do that because these guys have social media. Like, dude, the way to react in the NBA, like think about how NBA players act compared to NFL. Like NBA players quit on their team. They show up out of shape and fat. They like purposely get sent home. And yeah, in the NFL, there's some holdouts. But those guys are so like grossly underpaid. Like these are guys getting the $40 million. You ever seen an NFL player who's making $40 million say, I'm not coming in today? Shout out to AB. Yeah, no, they sent him home. Different story. But yeah, like I'm saying though, like franchise guys, bro. Like when was like let's see, Dak was like, nah, I ain't coming in today. Nah, ain't it. It ain't chief. My coach said something mean about me. I'm not playing. Bunch of drama queens, bro. I really feel like that, man. I'm not trying to be an old man either. I'm just like play basketball, man. Like you guys are living the dream.
Yeah, and it's funny too. We didn't really bring this up on like LeBron's whole like big night with him passing up Kareem, but looking at like AD and Russell Westbrook's reactions to it, and one guy is so pissed off about his situation on the team that he can't even celebrate with his teammate because he's so mad about his situation. So he's doing his best to make it fucking hell for everyone else. It's just childish. It's childish. And even AD, like all this bullshit about how, oh, I was mad because we're losing in the game. Bullshit. You're mad about something else, bro. You're mad about what situation you're in with this team.
I think AD's frustration stems from it's always his fault.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of is, though. I know.
I agree to a certain degree,
extent, it is his fault.
But at the end of the day, like he gets hurt. I mean, like, hey, man, there's a lot of close games where LeBron and the Lakers have some trash possession. It's not your fault, but I think this always comes back to AD needs to just be more aggressive, be more like dominating.
AD needs to get fucking lighter in the ass. All this fucking talk about him getting bigger and stronger, bullshit. You need to get light.
The best he ever was the first year with the Lakers, and he was just like a regular old AD.
Yeah, and then he started to bulk up. He started to get all big ever since he's been on the Lakers.
Shout out to out of shape AD.
Shout out to out of shape AD, but he needs to get fucking light. He needs to get light in the ass, bro. You need to just be as light as you possibly can be and go from there. Because all this, like, the NBA is not meant for guys to be strong and big. Like, those days are over. You're not going to be Shaq, dude. And even Shaq, look what happened to him at the end of his career.
Actually, caught
Injuries
up to him.
left and
Yeah,
right.
caught up to him.
And look at the difference. Look at a guy like who's a good example? Tim Duncan.
What about LeBron?
LeBron too. LeBron and Tim Duncan. Two guys who were really bulky, really strong, but at the tail end of their careers, they got light. They got super thin. Remember how thin Tim Duncan was? Look how thin LeBron is now. That's the way to go, dude. You can't just stay that weight forever. That's what AD needs to do, man.
Yeah, I agree with you on. And Lakers got a dub on Saturday. Let's just hope maybe this trade acquisitions pay off, and maybe I'll have to look forward to the Lakers.
To me, it comes down to three teams in the West. I'm not throwing in Memphis. I don't really like Memphis, bro.
All right, you got Phoenix, Lakers, and who?
I got Phoenix, Denver, and Golden State. It's the only other team because of Curry and the ability to be able to stop Jokic. I feel like that's the one.
What about the Mavs? Are they like close fourth?
Yeah, they're close. Like I told you on Wednesday, Max, we're gonna get the games where Kyrie and Luka go off. Everyone's gonna be excited for the playoffs, and they're gonna maybe have an easy opponent, like the Lakers or something, a team that don't play no sort of fucking defense. And Kyrie's gonna go off, and everyone's gonna be excited. But when it comes down to the elite teams,
it'll be like a TNT game too. It'll be like a Thursday night game.
But when it comes down to the elite teams and the must-win games, that kind of basketball is not going to be able to win you championships. Just flat out. You're not going to win like that. It's not going to happen. And Kyrie, and you don't know what to expect from Kyrie. I don't. I know what I expect from Draymond, from Klay Thompson, from Steph Curry. I know what to expect from Jokic. Jokic has been super consistent, even though he's lost in the playoffs. Jokic has been consistent.
Yeah, he's lost, but they even have the whole squad there,
Yeah, but Jokic has always been steady. It's never been his fault. He's always put up numbers in the playoffs.
Yeah, he does his part.
Yeah, and then on Phoenix side, we've seen Devin Booker come up big, and of course, we've seen KD. So I'm going with those three teams. Those three teams are the ones to trust.
I like that list.